So welcome to this edition of Real People, and today we're fortunate enough to have Mary Jack in the studio, and we're going to talk to Mary about all sorts of stuff to do with music and films, kind of general showbiz, I guess. So where did I begin? How did you get into showbiz? How did you get into performing?
Well, I didn't grow up with it. My mum and dad were the least showbiz people ever. So I wasn't like all singing and dancing at a young age or anything. But I was quite unusual. Like my mum was quite kind of an introvert, and my dad was quite quiet. So none of them were singing. My mum had a naturally kind of singing voice and whatever, but she wasn't all showbiz or anything. No. But I would be like the odd one out. I'd be singing in the room with a can of hairspray and like writing songs, or what we did was we'd be like record, like Top of the Pops.
Did your brothers and sisters and stuff as well?
Yeah, I'm one of four. I'm the youngest out of four. So, but my oldest brother, who was 10 years older than me, loved the Beatles. So I would listen to the Beatles a lot when I was younger.
Wow.
So I would, and I'd be like, singing.
And that led to you then, performing somewhere or doing a show?
Yes, I didn't do anything too much later though. Like I didn't go to like dancing or like dance clubs, or I think my sister took me to tap dance lessons when I was like 5 or something. But I wasn't. I was quite quiet, like probably quite shy when I was younger. And it wasn't until I was in like primary 7. And they were asking for people to sing in a kind of choir thing, but it kind of got you out of class. So I was like, oh, I want to get out of class, pick me. And they never. So I snuck in. I just sneaked in. I just was like, do you know what, I'm just going to go anyway. And I got to sing at this song kind of thing at the church. And then the teacher was like, oh, you can actually sing. And I'm like, can I? I didn't actually know I could sing. And then I would just be like singing Whitney Houston in my room with a can of hairspray and all that kind of stuff, and just absolutely loved singing. It took me away to another world that I used to love to be in, singing about. And my neighbours would be like, we just see you walking about singing and dancing to yourself. And
so were you in bands and things then, or did you join any groups? Or?
No, I didn't do anything. Like I literally didn't have that confidence. I didn't think I was good enough. In actual fact, I was probably about, I think I was like 23 or something when I first joined a theatre group.
Right. So it was acting first?
So it was acting first, yeah.
What kind of plays did you do, or did you do any plays?
Yeah, so it was in Mummer's Theatre Group, so it's a musical theatre group. Basically, I went along to see my friend's sister in it, and I remember sitting in the audience thinking, oh my goodness, I was actually pregnant at the time with my first born, my son. And I remember thinking, I want to be up there. And I went home dreaming and visualising me being up on that stage.
You're manifesting
I'd never done it. I totally must have manifested it. And so after I had my son, and then 10 months later I had the twins, I then decided to go along and see if I could join. I still didn't think I was good enough though. And I'd been having a bit of anxiety at that point. I had 3 kids all within 10 months, and I needed a distraction. So I went along, and I met this lady, Sheena Smith. She came and introduced herself when I walked in. I was so nervous, anxious to walk into the back of the church, and she came and introduced herself, and she says to me, what do you sing? And I says, well, I can sing it, but my heart will go on Celine Dion. And she's like, no, I mean like you're an alto or a soprano. I was like, oh, I don't know what that is.
You wouldn't know that.
Didn't even know what that was.
So you went to the group, and I guess it gave you a bit of confidence to go forward, spurred you forward a wee bit. And then what kind of parts were you going for? Was it parts in movies? Was it like to do with the TV, or was it just parts in the theatre?
So just mostly like in the musical theatre at that particular time, and the Mummers just going for little parts in shows, musical theatre shows. And then with being in there, I'm a great believer in like the more people you meet, the more doors might open, stuff like that. While I was in the Mummers, I met a guy, Hugh his name was, I think, and he was doing extra television work. And he was telling me that there was an open day, like kind of an audition day type thing, and I was like, oh my goodness, how amazing would that be? And so I knew the date and all that kind of thing, and I remember getting on the train, I remember getting up that morning and getting myself all ready, not really sure what to wear or what to do or what to expect. And I remember about 3 times like saying, oh come on Mary, what are you thinking about, like you would ever be able to do anything
so you
like
almost
that.
turned back?
Always, and I almost, like not a word of a lie, I nearly turned back, and then something just, I don't know, something just made me go, what the hell, just go for it. And I went on the train and I went up to Glasgow and I went for an audition for an extras agency, United Casting they were called at the time, and it turned out that the 3 guys that were kind of auditioning, they were all Clydebank boys. So they kind of, I didn't know them personally, but they were like, oh, you're for Clydebank.
They were on your team because...
That eased me a little bit. So I was like, oh, come on, we're all Bankies together.
And from that, you end up in movies with Nicole Kidman and Colin Firth and Ewan McGregor. What?
Yeah, I know, exactly. It's it was an amazing experience. I did.
Quite often it's like, you leave them alone.
Yeah.
They're the main actors.
Yeah,
you just
100%.
stay in your wee box and they'll stay. Were they like that, or were they a bit more open, or what
So
were they like?
it turned out, what I can remember, because there was a little, the scene that I was in was, it was at a train station. I want to say it was up in Bo'ness we filmed it, and it was an old train, and I had to kiss this random guy, right? I was like, can I kiss him? He was on the train, I was off the train. And Nicole Kidman and Colin Firth were kind of just over to the right of me, and because of that scene, like, because you know how many times you do, you know, it's like a 2-second thing, but you do it like all day pretty much. You know, there was
Reset.
Yes, exactly. There was the odd look over and stuff like that, and Nicole Kidman came over to speak to us, myself and some other extras, and it was just like, wow. I mean, for starters, she just looked like she wasn't human. Like, she was super tall, super beautiful, super slim, and she didn't look like she had feet, because she just glided over.
Maybe
like,
she doesn't have feet.
she might not, right? But she honestly, I was like, she just didn't look like she was walking. She looked like she was floating over to us. It was probably just my head floating, but she came over and chatted to us, and
That's nice,
everything.
isn't it?
It was really nice. And I've got a terrible fancy for Colin Firth.
Did he find out?
I think he might have actually.
Did you slip a wee note across, or?
No, so he had a stand-in for like when he got to have time out, and the stand-in hung out with us. And
you happened to say you quite liked Colin?
Yes, and a few other people told him that, oh my God, she pure fancies Colin Firth. So of course he went back and told him, and then on another occasion, another kind of set, Colin came over and kind of said hello and stuff like that, and I'm not quite sure who was blushing more. I think it might have been me, but anyway, so that was, you know, a pretty amazing
Needless to say,
moment.
if Colin's wife's watching, nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was I going to say? And then, so from the extra stuff, I'm thinking music now as well, because I know you're part of an ABBA tribute band as well.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing you're the blonde girl.
Yes,
Is that
no, I
Agnetha?
just, sometimes I'm Benny, I just grow the beard. You know?
Oh, okay. Got that wrong then. But does that keep you quite busy, still doing a lot of that?
Aye, it's been amazing.
I mean, ABBA's just a phenomenon, aren't they? They're just still going strong.
It's great because like we can do gigs where we've got like 5-year-olds singing to the music right up into, I mean, I think at one point we had a 94-year-old up on the stage with us.
What?
Yeah, it's amazing. I feel very blessed to be able to do that, because you're providing, you know, entertainment where people are just having fun, enjoying themselves, forgetting about their worries.
And what's the name of your particular ABBA group?
So we're called FABBAlous, with ABBA in the middle of it.
Oh, FABBAlous.
Yes,
Okay.
very cleverly named.
No, that's
but
good.
no, it's been great. So I've been doing that now for like, gosh, it must be like 16 years. I've been doing that now. I know.
Okay. And I've also seen you, I think, in certain hotels doing the murder mystery.
Yeah.
What's that like to do?
Yeah, it's great fun. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it. So I've been doing that now for, gosh, must be nearly 20 years
So
now.
you like play a part kind of thing?
Yeah, so there's all sorts of different types of stories and different scripts, and a pool of actors. When I started 20 years ago, I was definitely in the outer circle, but now it's quite nice. I'm kind of in the inner circle, so I get a bit more work and stuff like that. So we do it in a hotel, and basically people come and they get their kind of dinner, the show, and an overnight stay. So we do the show, we do a kind of greet and meet, and then the murder happens, and then the CID comes in, and then there's the investigation, and I get to play all sorts of different roles. I absolutely love it.
You've got a different audience every time.
Oh, I love it, it's great. But probably my most favourite is ones where the audience don't know that it's a murder
Give us
mystery.
a quick example of one where it's really worked well, where the audience didn't know what you were doing, and it's really confused people.
Yeah, so we did a wedding one time where the bride or the groom did not know that it was going to be a murder mystery. So the best man, I believe it was the best man who had hired us as a present for them, and I think it was only him and the videographer who knew. So basically it was in One Devonshire Gardens, which is a kind of posh, really nice hotel, and we had the same outfits on as the actual waiters in the venue, and my part in particular was a waitress who had a sister who was also a waitress, and she was kind of prim and proper, but I was like the drunk, you know, kind of like pain in the butt, obnoxious, and I was getting drunker and drunker, kid on drunk, not actual, I wasn't actually drinking, but pretending.
You're not a method actor then.
Becoming more and more obnoxious, drinking more, sliding down banisters with empty bottles of champagne, where the bride was at the bottom of the banister and her face was just a picture. But it got bigger and bigger, where people were starting to be like, what is actually happening here? I got murdered. And then the bride and groom were like, right, what is
hopefully
they
knew it was somebody get murdered at their wedding, you know what I mean?
So that was honestly probably one of the best experiences I've ever had doing a murder
mystery. So the wind
mystery.
up was really good.
Oh, it was so much fun, because you could just make it bigger and bigger, you know, and get more and more drunk, and if I could add an extra one in, I did a murder mystery for it was like a kind of Friday night, like to show different hotel kind of like proprietors all the different shows for this particular agency that we provide, and I was pretending I was a waitress again, whilst there was an act on stage, which was Tom Jones.
Not the actual Tom Jones.
Not the actual Tom Jones. No. A tribute act to Tom Jones was on the stage. And I was pretending to be a waitress at this point, because the murder mystery was just going to kind of like just come in there afterwards. And I had never carried a tray of glasses of like Prosecco on it. There was like 12 glasses, and I was going round pretending I was giving them out, and I spilled the whole tray all over this random lady in the audience, but I still had to pretend that I was a waitress, when really I just wanted to go, oh my gosh, I'm only kid, like I'm sorry. Spilled it all over, and she went away and complained to the manageress that the waitress had spilled all this drink all over her, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then the next minute I was murdered, so I was poisoned, pretend poisoned.
She'd be quite pleased about that.
Yeah, she was. Collapsed on the dance floor. Tom Jones then jumps off the stage. He wants to phone the police, the ambulance. He's like, phone the ambulance.
Tom Jones jumped off the stage.
Yeah, so he jumped off the stage trying to basically resuscitate me, and I'm like, no, I'm only kidding on, I'm in the murder mystery, I'm okay. So that was kind of fun as well.
It sounds a bit confusing, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So going forward, what's the future for you? What do you want to do more of?
I mean, I feel that, I work full time as well, and
how do you fit it all in?
I've got a slight touch of ADHD, I think. I just can't sit still, so I really like the variety of my full-time job, which I adore. I'm so grateful. I work in school, and I've got Abba, murder mystery.
So you're not going to be bored. You're not going to be very bored, are you?
Never bored. No.
Well, listen, I wish you all the best, and keep doing what you're doing. It seems as though you're totally enjoying it, and you're getting to meet some very interesting people.
I do.
And I wish you all the best. So Mary, thanks for coming in, Mary.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's okay, and that's it for this episode of Real People. And until next time, bye for now.